Okay, this is your intermediate television production midterm. All the questions that's going to be on your midterm, which I will have for you, will be here, and we'll talk about them. Your midterm is entirely over the media encoder. I'll start off with a window capture. This is the most important step that you're going to do when you're doing any video thing. So first off, when you look at your media encoder and this method, you see on the one side the ways that you can bring in your video. You can use the pop down area and see the various things from that, and if you use that, that's fine. I'm going to drag the video into the queue. So that's your first answer. What's the thing that you've done after you've targeted your video? You drag the video into the queue. Now I'm going to start with dragging a video into the queue. Now this is, and now it pops right in, and you can see yours has changed. So the first question, is what do you do when you targeted video? You drag it into the queue. What's next? The next thing is to check your format. And by looking at the format, there's a drop-down page here that will give you a variety of options. I'm going to do a new screen window capture. It didn't work. All right. That will give you the options for setting the format that you're going to use. The most common format that's done for YouTube or Facebook is H.264. So that kind of covers both those questions there. The next is the preset. Your preset, and it's always, you check it, it may not have to be changed, but typically when you change your, if you were to change the drop down to a different method, it would change your preset, your preset here. But since we use the most common, which is H.264, then we're going to go back to that, and by doing that, it changes our preset to the match source high bit rate. But the preset's the answer to the next question. And then the last one is, not the last, but the last major step here is the most important step. When you click this drop-down box, it gives you your options on telling your video where to go. I'm going to do another screen capture so that you can see what this drop-down box has opened up for me. Basically what's happened is the drop-down box is helping me manage my video. If I don't change where the video goes, then if I'm using an SD card, that video will encode and go right back to the SD card. Then you'll have both of them on there. You can identify which one's which, but you still got to go look for them. That may not be how you want to manage it. I encourage you to manage your video by using the desktop. I always would name it. In this particular case, I'm going to say TV class demo, and that's going to be the name for it. I'm going to save it, and then once that's done, I've got my format is done, my presets done, my output file is determined. The green arrow tells that to go and encode. So I pop that button, and the encoder is alive now, and it is going down. I'm going to move that over a little bit so you can see where that was at. The green button's right up in here, right up in there, and you can, when I hit that green button, it sends it through encoder, and it is now finished and encoded. I got my check mark there, and there's my green arrow where I sent through from there. So that's your entire midterm for television production. This is the only video that you will have for this this week. You have until this class time to get this back to me. I'll post this up the same way you did for audio. Open up the document, add your answers, and then resubmit it as midterm submitted. Other than that, that's what I have for you. You're going to have your next video will come out next Monday, unless you have a question. Or a week from Monday, I'm sorry. If you have a question, please let me know. Have a good time, rest of your grades for midterms. Also have a really good spring break, and we will jump back in afterwards.